Welcome to Infusions of Light Radio podcast, a podcast that's dedicated to the healing, evolution, and awakening of humanity. And I'm your host, Dr. Melissa Sophia Joy. And I am so incredibly delighted that we have Maria Christina Owl with us today. If you haven't met Maria, she is an incredible human being. She's the founder of Sacred Future. She is also author of the ebook Planetary Ascension. She's an international spiritual teacher, as well as ceremonial guide, helping women and men both to align to their natural harmonic resonance with the greater web of life, and a dear friend of mine. Welcome, Maria.
Thank you, Melissa. I'm so happy to be here with you.
I'm so delighted as well. So Maria and I, in just a little bit, we're going to be going into transmission. We're going to be doing a dual transmission for the majority of this podcast. We've done this many times before. We've had multiple levels of sharing co-leadership positions, and most recently we did several versions of this through the event Three Oracles Speak. So I'm very, very excited, and we're going to be connecting into the topic of 2021 and what this year holds for us, where we're at in the cycle of evolution, and definitely opening the bigger doorways to see what the higher dimensional guides have to share with us today. So with that said, let's go ahead and first drop into sacred space. We're going to go into invocation. And so if you are not driving, go ahead and close your eyes. Take some nice deep breaths in and out. And first, we're just going to presence ourselves in our body, getting ourselves fully here. So as you close your eyes and focus on your breath, just really feel and sense that you are moving into this present moment. So any conversations from the past that are still left undone, or any things from the future, to-do list, etc., that need to be complete, just allow them to actually move into this present moment, time in your being with your breath, really allowing your breath to take you into the presence of your body, and inviting you now to move into your heart. And as you relax back into your heart, just affirming that you are deeply connected to the low, slow pulse and vibration of the earth, this loving pulsation of the earth that is always here for us, as well as connecting into the heavens, into your higher self, your own specific, unique connection to your conduit of divinity, opening the space, feeling both the movement downward, the movement upward, coming and meeting you right here in your heart. And from this space, we open the bigger field, calling in and affirming Divine Mother, Divine Father, all that is, to be here with us now, to co-create this container together through space and time. So no matter when you are listening to this in the future, you, the audience, you are a part of this container that we are creating. We now call in the safety, the sacredness, the holiness of this container, of the universal love and light, law of love and the law of one that we are. And from here, we connect even deeper to our higher selves, calling our higher selves in alignment with our body, with our embodiment, in a way that is connected with the right and perfect amount for you, the listener, at this moment. Also calling in the higher dimensional guides, the ascended masters, the angelic supporters. Thank you, the multiple councils that are already here with us, that have been preparing with us to open this space today, calling in the Council of One, the Council of the Sun, the multiple levels of higher dimensional councils of many star allies, star family throughout multiple galaxies. And specifically, I call in those who have been very close in over the last few days to really help open this threshold, this portal, to really connect us in. So I call in Yeshua, Jesus, Mary Magdalene, as well as Hathor, to be with us here today, to come in close, to share with us your wisdom, as well as those who are most connected to Maria and the connection into her transmission and her powerful download that she'll be sharing with us today through you. So thank you, thank you, thank you, all who are here, who are holding this space within for us. We call you in close and we give gratitude for all of the support, the wisdom, and the higher evolutionary energy that is already here and that will continue to flow throughout this entire podcast. Ashe, it is done. Amen.
Ashe.
So before we go into the transmission, we're just going to set the stage. I'm going to ask Maria a couple of questions. I'll also give my perspectives regarding this, and then we'll go deeper into transmission. So my first question, Maria, to you is, how do you see what's been happening in the world and its connection to the higher evolutionary stages that humanity is going through currently?
Mm. Yes, great question. We are at a major evolutionary graduation and ascension into our next level of kindergarten, into the next octave of being. And then that's a whole other conversation of dimensions and densities. But not only are we at the close of the minor cycles, but we're at the close of the grand cycles. So we're seeing astrologically a lot of, the age of Aquarius on even more levels of the cosmos has locked in, and we're in earnest, very much in that new air sign frequency. But as well, this grand cycle of 75,000 years is now complete, and this much larger cycle of 260,000 years is complete, right? And so we're literally at the close of multiple cycles, and we've been kind of careening towards this graduation moment since 2010, and then just accelerating as we watch, as the Mayan told me when I was down in Guatemala during the 2012 shift at winter solstice time. They were saying that we're going to start to see now the collapse of the many we could call it shadow patriarchy structures, the military industrial complex, in the way that it was, the dysfunctional, corrupt way, the banking systems, all of these things, we're going to start to see them collapse because they can't stand in the new form, the new light that's coming, the great mother's return, so to speak. Mm-hmm. That this new powerful influence birthing within us, birthing within our mind and hearts, these structures are insane and don't make sense. And so they can't remain. So they will begin to collapse, and there will be assistance for those collapses at the civilian level and in the greater levels of leadership. And as we know, at the Guardians of Gaia level and our ET collective consciousness, our allies out there, it's a complete collaboration. And this has been seen, has been prepared for, has been carefully, not planned, but carefully ushered, right? We've been carefully ushered to this time very lovingly over thousands of years. So we're here.
We are here. That is for sure. And as I hear you, I also know and feel that we are all given an activation of our own personal instructions in this time. If we're connected and we're listening to our source connection, we have a specific set of source connection instructions that are being activated inside of us. I know I have that, my running order, so to speak. So I'm actually just curious if you want to speak to what your instructions are, what part you're playing in this great shift.
The part that I actually know of,
Yes.
conscious of, who knows what I do when I fall asleep and astral plane. Yes, I'm aware that, and I've been told throughout my decades of working with Indigenous elders all over the world, I keep getting a reflection through divination and through working in ceremony that I'm a bridge person. I'm a bridge person, and as a bridge person, what I understand is I came through with a very strong embodiment and remembering of the other side of the spiritual world and realms, the other dimensional realms, and that link never severed for me. Mm-hmm. And so as I came into adulthood and developed the analytical mind and the more intellectual and mental side of myself, I was always able to be in both worlds. So as a bridge person at this current juncture, I understand that, and this is true for everyone, I believe, that everything I've gone through in my life has prepared me for this moment. At this juncture, every skill I've ever trained in, all the gifts I've developed, all my abilities that I've honed, all come to a head now and are beckoned forth. It's time to put them together into a grand gift, to support the crossing over the bridge of those who are seeing me waving to them from the other side. It's like, yeah, it's it may not be easy, but it's simple. Choose love. You can do it.
Absolutely. Yes. So thank you so much for sharing that. I think we both can say that we're bridge people. And when we first discovered each other 20 years ago, we saw each other. Oh, you're a bridge person too. Let's connect. So
yeah. And also educators, Melissa, both of us. Mm-hmm. Like, part of being a bridge person is being an interpreter in a way, right? Exactly. And that's what the channeling is as well. Mm-hmm. It's like we signed up to be the messenger, the interpreter, educator, the guide that can help people understand their journeys.
Yes.
With unconditional acceptance for their unique path.
Absolutely. And it's so interesting because I want to kind of go back to the first question and open a response to that and connect to what you just said, because my job is as a bridge person at this juncture, right? It's been different over the, every 5 years it can be different, but I feel like where I'm at now, I'm in a big flow, especially with somatic awakening. And somatic awakening really is about finding that love from your higher self, from the divine, from the conduit of divinity, and bringing that into everything that is being activated. And there's so much is being activated because so many of us, it's kind of a contradiction. So many of us have known that this shift is going to be happening. Like, I found out about this like in my early 20s. And now I'm in my 50s and it's finally happening. Yeah. And I'm seeing so many people around me that has known that it's happening, yet with all of the different specific present time things that are falling apart, or this is happening, or that's happening, or this happening. It's so easy to get activated in fear. It's so easy to fall back into victim consciousness, survival fears, or even have those fears activate what I'll call, the deep slave self-programming that's wired inside of us. So my job is to help people bring love into all of those deep places inside, so that the fear, the anxiety, whatever is there can open and to shift.
Yeah.
So I
We
think,
just didn't know. We didn't know how it was going to happen. We didn't know what the specifics about how it was going to happen. There were so many ideas and thoughts, like, earth changes. I remember in the 90s,
right.
earth changes are going to happen and the coast of California is going to be gone and all of this stuff. And then it was different, and then it was different, and the solar flash, and who knows, all that could still happen. But the point is that it was always positive. It was always natural, organic ascension for humanity and Gaia. So let's trust it. If this is what it looks like, okay, I'm 100% showing up. I'm not gonna fall asleep now.
That's right. That's
Wanna be here.
exactly right. Right. This is the time to actually pay close attention to what's going on. And that actually leads me to my next question. In your book that is just recently been completed, the ebook, Planetary Ascension, you actually make a quote. And so I'm going to read the quote, and then I would love for you to elucidate on it. In this quote, you said, "My friends, it is the time of harvest. Right now, for the people of our planet. If we don't make a choice, someone will make it for us." Can you elucidate on this?
Yes. This is true. This is part of waking up. This time is for waking up. There's nothing else going on right now except waking up. And waking up is waking up to our sovereignty, to our soul essence, to our natural resonance in the great harmonic of the universe and multiverse, our God consciousness, our Christ consciousness, waking up. And there have been many things lulling us to sleep, systematically planned, to have us be numb, to have us be anesthetized, to have us take orders, stay within a mold that is controllable, etc., domesticated, etc. And this is literally our liberation moment, And we can break the shackles simply through choosing to be the cause of our lives, through beginning to wake up and ask questions and bring back our critical thinking, and our not just accepting what we're being spoon-fed through different avenues, to actually do our due diligence and inside to tune into our inner wisdom and ask questions from our higher selves, from those spiritual presences that we trust, from the great redwood trees, what is mine to do here? And this waking up is like waking up to our vote. Like, we just went through this election, and it's very similar. Our vote is with our energy. Our vote is with our life force, because what we say yes to is the future that will come into being. What we say no to is going to be blocked and be distorted, right? It's not going to come into being. So if we say no to ourselves, to pleasure, to abundance, to self-care, but we say yes to stress and to survival, well, then guess what your life is going to feel like in your nervous system. The inner environment will then invoke an outer environment. You're going to interpret your outer environment based on your inner environment. And so if your vote is for love, thriving, not surviving, thriving, abundance for all, the safety of our children, and just keep voting for it and voting for it and voting for it. And it's not just like, that's what I want. Wonderful. How will you take action on that now? Right? How does your divine spirit that is in the harmonic want to flow through the conduit of your being, your temple body, your temple life, and make manifest what you're voting for? Because we know that energy follows thought. The quantum takes on the form, of our thoughts, of our ideas, of our visions, and becomes material reality, becomes the density we live in. And that's what's happening right now, is people waking up to this, how powerful we are. And when we choose love, when we channel that through love, faith, and love, and divine wisdom, then we are truly participating as creator gods with the divine forces. Like we're right on board with the ascension times.
Absolutely. Yes. That is such a very, very, very deeply held knowing inside of myself as well, that as we move into and my verbiage, our source connection, embodying our higher self, and how magnificent and powerful we truly are, we're going to break the shackles of what has been placed on top of us, all the different programs that have been placed on top of us over many thousands of years. And even in present time, we're going to really be able to see with eyes that can clearly see and ears that can clearly hear and connect into our light on a much grander scale than what we can even perceive whenever we say light, right? Because then we're going to be connecting into and living from a higher level of quantum reality. This is one of the reasons why in somatic awakening, why the third phase is all about the quantum somatic awakening, and it just goes and goes and gets bigger and bigger and bigger because it's really about us calling in that level of mastery in manifestation, but not manifestation just from our ego self, manifestation from our higher self in alignment with the highest good for all, including ourselves, and how we can bring that about. And I think it's so significant for us to pay attention. And I really like what you said here in this quote: if we don't make a choice, someone else will make it for us. And you're right on track. This revolution, evolution, will not be televised, as the famous song goes. It is something that we really need to pay attention to. And there's so much information out there. What's true, what's not true, what's in our highest alignment, what's actually resonant with us. And I know for myself, I just recently read about the Great Reset. I'm not going to go too much into it here. You can do a lot more research if you're interested, but I'll just say in the Great Reset, what it's actually doing is that it's an agenda, it's a global agenda that aligns our electronic ID with our health records and even a social credit, which can really dictate our life. If this moves forward, it's going to greatly inhibit humanity's freedom, right? This is not something that's going to be televised in the bigger picture of, oh, this is the negative part of it. It's going to be televised in this, oh, it's moving forward with this agenda of what this looks like and how it's going to be a good thing for you. And I think what I'm trying to say here is, I'm not trying to get anyone to believe or disbelieve. You make your own choice. You have your absolute free will. But the thing that I just want to say is, it's time to pay attention. It's time to get really, really clear. It's not time to be swayed by this political figure or that political figure or this even political organization or what's being said on the news. It's really time to go within. And then whenever you see out what's going out here, then to bring that through the filters of our higher self, our greater connection, our source connection, and really connect into what intuitively is moving us, both in the sense of standing up and saying, okay, this is my truth. This is what I believe. And also this is my core instructions that have been activated for my source connection. So it's really, really, really important for us to pay attention, because just as you said, if we don't make a choice, someone else will make it for us. So with that, what I'd like to do now is to open the deeper doorways of transmission. And what we're going to do is, in a moment, Maria is going to go into transmission, and then she'll be sharing, or the higher guides will be sharing what they'll be sharing through her, and then I will do the same. As always, if you're driving, it would probably be best to come back later to listen to this, because anytime we're in transmission, a lot of energy can be coming through, and we just want to make sure that you stay safe. So without any further ado, I give it over to you, Maria.
Okay. So as I go into transmission, I want to invite everyone listening, whenever you're listening, to bring your awareness within yourself and start humming at a yes state. And what this means is you are feeling your inner yes to love, to gratitude, to being in communion with the higher dimensional helpers. And so that yes in us is our generosity of love as we welcome them in to share the space with us. So as you're doing that, I'm going to relax and make the link. And as I make the link, you may hear me toning, making sounds. It may sound a little bit strange to some people, but just trust, this is kind of my unique way of going into channeling. Everybody does have their own unique experience of these higher frequencies coming in. I'll probably yawn about 10 times. So thank you. Yes, 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 yes. We welcome in the higher dimensional helpers. And here we go. I am so grateful to make this link with you, beloveds, allies, friends, family, all of the councils, collectives of light, love, light. Who would like to speak at this point to this audience? We welcome you. We love you. Thank you. We are here. From the depths of our hearts to you, we greet and bring blessings. We are the Dragon Council. We understand that you are open to hearing reflections regarding your current path and way forward into what you call 2021. Not only is the coming astrological events going to ensure awakening for the majority of humanity upon your planet, as well, there are other assisting energies and frequencies, not the least of which is the assistance from your own higher dimensional aspects. You each have presence on the multiple dimensions, and together in great councils of light, you have been participating in ushering in this time. You have been building the structures and the new designs for what is to come, what is now birthing on your planet. You have been a guide to your own self in the third dimension. You have been your own guide for your emotional body. And now there is what you could say, unification of what you could say, the lower frequency of your consciousness into the higher frequency of your consciousness. Of course, it is not so polarized. It is a rising up of a rising of the frequency within you, like a great lever being pushed upward from a down position. You will feel, sense, hear perhaps the all the way up to this resonance. At first, you will begin to get comfortable with these new frequencies. It takes some getting used to. It will impact your sleep. It will impact your eating and digestion. It will impact your neural network. It will impact your genetics. Yes, your DNA and those dormant codes coming online again. It will impact many areas of your life. You may find that you need to create more spaciousness in your life so that you can integrate these energies, these new frequencies. And this would be wise to choose this for yourself and not try to bullheaded, right? Crash through, push through these times without time to rest and integrate the energies. So you may find yourself coming up and down like a roller coaster at these times. Your physical body may experience contraction, as in aching, cramping. You may need to, and we highly encourage you to assist your physical body with the trace minerals, electrolytes, the fluids that will assist your body to resist inflammation and to open to the fluid flowing of these frequencies through your body. And so listen to your teachers about your energy medicine. Yes, your energy anatomy. Open and expand your aura, your grounding, so that these energies can fluidly flow up and down and through your systems to help detoxify you. 2021 will be a year of the detoxification, the unlearning, the purifying, the deprogramming. Yes, mind. When the mind goes through disillusionment, when you wake up to truths that are in the field that you have not seen before, not only is this a mind awakening, it must be a full awakening. You will detox from the body, the toxins held from the survival, the way that you have had to contract to survive, to navigate your path in a safe way for you, for your children. It has been very stressful for many decades, centuries, yes. And now an unwinding will happen. As you know, as you unwind, the muscles release toxins. So 2021 is a detoxification time. You must assist your body in this if you desire more gentleness of this process. Help your body through the sweating action, through the cold, hot. There are many modalities, many practices to assist you in this. You have abundance of these resources. So reach out to them. Reach out to your friends in the holistic health fields. Ask for help. This is not the time to be proud and isolate. No, this is a time to be in community and assist each other, raise each other up with kind words, with uplifting energy, with encouragement. This is how you make this crossing. Very much what I say is true, and you will find that the opening, the open heart The open heart is what will allow you to flow through this time with more ease, with the humble heart. Yes, the gentle, soft heart, the relaxed, um, the relaxed, open mind, saying yes. I trust. I trust this process. This is God's love for me. This is my love for me. I have never been alone or abandoned. I am held, and everyone, this planet is held, is always been held and guided. The awakening is inevitable, has always been inevitable. So we bless you with this reminding, and we love you, and we are here for you in service. Thank you.
Deep gratitude, Dragon Council, for all of the wisdom that you have shared. I now open the doorways and portals to connect in to the higher dimensional guide that is here, that has already made herself known, Hathor. So I'm going to breathe and connect in. The way that I do this is through shaking of my body, especially my head, and as she is here with the multiple levels of the Hathor star nation who I already feel, she will speak. We greet you. And we first give deep gratitude and honor to the Dragon Council. And we speak what has been known by many, but hidden for the last few thousand years. The dragons have always been earth angels, tending the evolution of humanity in the earth, on the earth, through the earth. We see and give gratitude for you and share deep honor. I am Hathor. I have and always will be an emissary of the Supreme Mother, the creatrix of life. For those of you who are not aware of me, I lived on this planet thousands and thousands of years ago in the sacred land of what is now known as Egypt. Through my teachings and sacred awakenings, I helped create and manifest a golden age of wisdom and love based in the deep teachings and knowings of Divine Mother. I now come back here in this time to share these deep teachings because they are so needed at this time, in this transition, the power of love will hold all and carry all through all of the shifts, physical, emotional, spiritual, energetic shifts that humanity is in. These words have already been shared. And we now open the energy, the emotion, the vast vibration of this love that is within all things and holds all things, awakened now at the level that is an alignment for you, awakening this love now, pulsating it through you, through your body, through your awareness, through your psyche, through your ego, through the shadow, through the higher self, through the heart, through the tissue, the cells, the DNA, awakening what's already here, awakening what has been hidden, awakening your divine genome, awakening your divine instructions, holding and softening and healing all fear, all animal body survival, all trauma, all terror, healing all. So we invite you to breathe in this love, in this oneness container that we are all in this heightened vibration where the you and the me becomes confused, where we are one, and this love is the most real thing that is incredibly more real than the thinness of what looks real as 3D reality. And we remind you that this is a dream. The earth is a school. But what never is destroyed is your divine soul, spirit, higher self, that part of you that is connected to the one, to creator life force. And flowing within it all is this pulsating, beautiful, magnificent, powerful beyond what can even be spoken of love that is pulsing into you. And as it pulses into you and you accept it and you receive it at ever greater amounts, you are given what you need to move through each initiation, to move through each portal, to move through each trauma, to move through each earth change, to move through each financial, governmental collapse, to move through what you were given for your curriculum on this earth to remember who you are. You are not just a child of the Most High. You are a manifestation of the Most High. And with this, you have the power, the love, and the magnificence, as well as the ability to be co-creator, creator, to understand that with this love, that lever that the dragon spoke of, the moving from the low to the high, that this lever is given all that it needs to flow smoothly up, 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 in connection, in union. The up is not better than or less than. The up is the coming together of the dark and the light in the unification of the alchemical miracle that happens when love is brought in to everything. So we invite you to bring in the next level of love into your life through this energetic transmission that you are ready for now. Feel it moving into your connection with the earth. Feel it moving into your connection with your body. Feeling it expand out into your auric field. Feeling it connecting up to your higher chakras. Feeling it activating your conduit of divinity. Feeling it leading your life. Feeling it activate your instructions even deeper. Feeling it asking you to stand. To stand in your sovereign, divine birthright of magnificence. You are this. This is you. And as you allow this in, brothers and sisters, it moves throughout the framework of the web of humanity. It's just a natural law. As you elevate and as you stand in sovereign divine truth in alignment with this love, all else who are ready also receive it. It is naturally always flowing down from the heavens. It is naturally always rising up from the earth. But the more that humans feel and are activated and heal and awaken with this love, then the more it's going to be pulsed from left to right into the web of humanity, the oneness of humanity. And this will help stabilize the entirety of the field. Each person that awakens and aligns, that says yes, the more that you are in alignment with this love, the more you give it out by natural law. The more you vibrate the love, the more you resonate the love, even if you're having a bad day, even if you're activated. Because the love naturally will automatically bring you back into resonance with the vibration of your higher field that can then give love to you, that can give love to the one who's having a bad day, that can give love to the one who's activated. And in that next level of healing, you have more love. It is a domino effect that's working internally and that's working externally. So we invite you one last round to say yes to this next pulsation of love that's coming in. When we say one last round, that is only verbally. The rounds never end, my friend. But for now, inviting in one last round in this transmission to receive stabilizing, healing, powerful transmission of love. This is what is going to help humanity through this time of change, and solidly sit on the thrones, the billions of thrones of each human who is a manifestation and an embodiment of the Most High. Humanity is a species of miraculous power, miraculous love, miraculous manifestation. And with this love leading you, you will remember who you are. And so it is. So before we completely end this transmission, checking in with you, Maria, is there any other last transmissions that want to come through, or do you feel complete?
I'm just feeling so much love, so much. Yes.
Me too.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm hot too. I'm like so hot right now. Like, oh my God. My hands are burning.
So know that if you're feeling hot, you're burning, you're cold, you're hot, this is normal. This is very normal. We just received 2 very powerful transmissions. So
yeah.
Thank you. So with that, let's go ahead and do closing, and then we'll do some ending remarks. So with all that has been said, such deep gratitude to Hathor, such deep gratitude for the Dragon Council. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So much love. Opening the door for these transmissions to continue with ease and grace and right and perfect timing so they can be integrated in all of our lives. Seeing it moving out on your future timeline, knowing that your higher self is taking whatever is too much for your present time being, and it's just moving out in the future timeline. You will receive this information in the right and perfect timing for you, again, with ease and grace. We now know this is so. This transmission is complete in this moment from Maria and myself, and knowing that the energy and vibration of the transmission will continue to stabilize, heal, and awaken our lives. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. Ashe. So thank you all so much for joining us. Before we end, I just want to check in with you, Maria. Do you have anything coming up that you would like for the audience to know about?
I think that the Planetary Ascension ebook is not accessible yet. I'm in final editing. And so if you're interested and curious about that, just stay connected with sacredfuture.org, and it will eventually be available there. As well, you can find out more about our monthly group where we commune with the higher dimensional helpers twice a month, which we call the Ascension Support Circle. So you can just learn more about me at the website. And I know that, Melissa, we're going to have more playtime, more playtime to come.
Yes,
I'm
indeed.
so full of love and appreciation right now. And it's just, I feel like this whole community, like whoever's listening, this whole community is just like vibrating. And, that we know that we're here to spread this. Like, this is what we're here to be, conduits for this infinite love. Thank you so much, Melissa. This is an amazing podcast, reaching so many people.
Thank you. I'm so delighted that you are here. And I just want to say, I actually had a chance to read Maria's book, Planetary Ascension, because I had the opportunity to actually give a testimonial for it, and it's amazing. So I highly recommend it. And for those of you who are relatively new to me, I just want to say there's a lot coming up on this in 2021. Sophia Healing Academy is launching. At this point, it looks like it's going to be spring. I am very busy, yes, trying to stay grounded and lots of me time, so it's not pushing. So I'm finding that the calendar needs to elongate a little bit so that I can stay in my ascension and my process, because there's a lot of energy coming in, and there's a lot that's being birthed over here at the same time. So I do know that it at this point, it looks like the Break Free 15-day meditation that's going to be online is going to be in March. And then there's a lot of other things that are coming up after that. So just stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you again, Maria, for your presence and for your love and transmission. We come to you every month. At this point, 2021 is going to be changing a little bit. It's going to be the third Sunday of every month instead of Friday. So we're going to do Sunday. So third Sunday of every month. The overall feel of it is that every other month I interview someone like Maria, and then the other month either I'm giving a broadcast that is a wisdom teaching and a transmission, or sometimes it's a recording of a live broadcast of activations and rituals and different things. So please stay tuned, and lots more is coming down the pike. So much love and many blessings to you all.